Welcome back to a new video, and we start again on the driveway, this time on the Audi TT. So today we will be fitting a RamAir induction kit. I'll open it up in a minute and show you guys, but it's not actually going to be me which is fitting it, because there's a bunch of videos of people fitting induction kits to their cars. So I thought we'd make this interesting, and we're going to give it to Hannah to fit onto the Audi TT. I'm going to let her do it herself and see if you can do it without any help from me, I think. But we'll give it a go. Before we start, make sure you have clicked the subscribe button just down there below. If it already says subscribe, then respect to you, but if it doesn't say subscribe, then make sure before you leave it says subscribe. Right, let's get on with it now. So first step, Hannah,
open the bonnet.
Is let's open the bonnet. You've got to get to that first.
Oh, it smells nice.
So obviously, if you haven't watched any of the videos before on the TT, they're all in the top right hand corner now. And obviously it's been a massive project, and I was going to stay away from the performance mods, but obviously Malibu Performance tuned it to stage 1, which you may have saw in the previous video on the TT, and now it's just sort of got me hungry for a bit more power and more gain, so the RamAir induction kit was the next sort of step to go. So, bonnet is open. I'm going to leave it with you now to undo that. Obviously you know the air filter is inside the engine cover, yeah? No, not that.
Not it?
No. So I'm going to leave it to you now. Right. I'm going to set the camera up and yeah. Stop pulling stuff already. Have you done it?
Yeah.
So you've taken off the whole induction system of an Audi TT. How did you learn how to do that? emanualonline.com. So you're telling me that you learned how to take the whole thing off just from emanualonline.com?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that website before. There's a link in the description. You can get any workshop manual for your own car. Even Hannah has used it just now to take off the full induction system of an Audi TT. Pretty sure they'll have your car on there because there's over 500,000 workshop manuals on there. Everything from servicing, even electrical wiring diagrams. There's pretty much everything on there. I mean, the guys have sent me an Audi TT one, which Hannah has used, and there's just endless and endless amounts of pages of things on there. So guys, if you want to check it out, the link is in the description. And you guys know as well, I would not call out any company which doesn't help you guys out as well. So you've seen in other videos of other products which hopefully have helped you guys out as well on your car. Now, it's not going to tell you how to put an aftermarket induction kit on. So let's do a bit of teamwork with this one. Let's see how we can go from here. So let's go get the RamAir induction kit now, and we'll start from scratch and we can see what it's going to need and require to fit to the Audi TT. Let's get it fitted. And now we've got a complete bare engine. We're not going to be able to reuse the engine cover because the new induction kit is coming somewhere around there. So let's open it. What have we got? So yeah. So we have got the RamAir cone filter. Yes. This all looks like heat shielding. Some hoses. Some induction pipes. Some clamps. Some more induction pipes. Some more heat shielding. Some more induction pipes. And some zip ties. I'll show you why we need these later. Hopefully we won't need them, but I think we will. So, let's get fitting.
So I've got to fit this silicone reducer pipe because Matt's bought the oversized air kit.
sensors going in. You might want to take the bolts out first. Remember, don't drop it. Right. Hello! Right. So we dropped the bolt and the other bolts are different, so you better go find that one. Right, luckily there's a bolt which fits in there, in the kit. We don't know what it's for, so we'll find out later down the line what that bolt's for. It's always one of them things, when you drop the bolt and you don't hear it hit the floor, you just know that that bolt has gone to Never Never Land. That is never coming back. We've got to unscrew, you know where the old airbox fitted on with these little caps. We're going to unscrew them, then we're going to screw this little like fitment thing to it. So let's do that. So I'm not going to lie, that was so difficult. These like the airbox mounts were just spinning round on the thread, so I had to break them off, which then leaves you with this. So you have to get a 10mm, hopefully you can see this. Yeah, you have to get a 10mm socket on the end, which was then spinning the 10mm nut on the other side, and it's just a mission to get to, but we've got it off now. So Hannah is going to put, well, I'll put the heat shield on and then we'll let Hannah take over from there. So guys, it is a new day because we started running out of daylight yesterday, so we've come back to it today and Hannah's going to finish it off. She's not the quickest of workers, but this is what we got to yesterday. So just so you can see it now with all the light, so there's actually a heat shield which fits behind the back, which stops the heat sort of rising up towards the intake from the exhaust manifold at the back there. This is sort of connected here by two bolts which screw into the old, you know, where the old engine cover went into. This is where the mounts were, here, and then there's two at the back. Sort of had to unscrew them, which was a bit of a nightmare, as you've seen previous there. So they screw in there. Got the heat shield, we've got the hose. She's got to plug in this MAF sensor, that's in there. You've got this, a little plug which plugs off there. I'm guessing that's if you've got KO4 turbo, but then this is the KO3 if I'm right. If I'm not right, I'm sure some Audi expert will let me know in the comments. So all we've got to do now is get this on the corner piece, the air filter, and I think there's a heat shield here, but I know there's a bit of, I'm not sure whether it's going to fit or not, because this air filter is meant to be for cars with a battery which is mounted here, so don't know how well that's going to go. So let's get Hannah out and we'll get her to fit the rest. Let's go. Remember these are what the old engine cover mounted to. Now you actually reuse two of these with the rubbers on, and they go onto here, which I presume is where the battery would have mounted if this car had a battery mount, but we're about to find out whether this is all going to work. I don't know. So Hannah has just been cutting out this part of the little silicone bit in there, and then you use the old rubber bits out of the engine mount to push. So this now should push into, oh yeah, this is where we find out it doesn't fit. So we're deciding, I think we're going to have to ditch the heat shield with this, because I don't think it's going to work unless we can somehow think of something afterwards. So let's get it all on and then let's see if it runs. What we can do. Yeah, so okay, right. Right, I think this is sort of the best we're going to get, but I'll check back with you in a second once we've fiddled all around with it and tightened it all up. What I've noticed as well is because we've got no engine cover on now, the engine looks filthy, so maybe in the next video we need to clean the whole engine bay to make it actually look half decent. So let's tighten this all up and then we'll do the first cold start with it.
Doesn't matter if it's one.
Let's see how it goes. Yes, it does. Right, first test is to see if the bonnet shuts without breaking anything. No tools under there. Bonnet closed. It is really, really close, and this is the oversized one. There is a smaller one with a smaller bore, but let's start it up and let's see. It is literally a cold start. I've not driven this car all today, so it might sound a bit horrible when we start it. It started. Right, let's let it warm up. Guys, so it's fairly warm now. Well, it's just warming up a tiny bit. I've just revved it just off camera and it sounds sick already. The microphone, for some reason, makes all cars sound like a tractor. I don't know why, it just sounds like it. But see if you can hear this induction noise right now. That sounds sick. Guys, so that is it. That is it. It's fitted. Hannah, and with joint effort from myself, have fitted the RamAir oversized induction kit on the Audi TT. Now remember, if you did want to grab yourself a e-manual, the link is in the description below. They've got over 500,000 workshop manuals for any car, and I wouldn't recommend a product if I didn't believe in it myself, and it's actually been really good. You can look for it, there's so many different things there, and I know it's going to help me out in the future with the TT. Touch wood, hopefully it doesn't actually, nothing goes wrong with it, so I won't have to use it, but it does help with little things, like today taking off the air filter box, which I obviously knew how to do, and all you Audi experts in the comments know how to do, but Hannah didn't, but now she does. So I'm going to take this car for a drive now and test out the new induction kit, maybe take it to Malibu Performance and get some performance figures off the rolling road and see what sort of increase it has on BHP and torque wise. So guys, if you want to see a video of me, if you want to see a sort of point of view driving video, or see me take it out with the new induction kit on to get some actual rolling noise, then hit the like button, make sure you click subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.